Kendrick Lamar is what idealistically in society he is what, like, in hip-hop culture, what people see as like a new Biggie, a new Pac. He's a representation of the essence of hip-hop rap. Remember that the essence of rap was people fighting the police and stuff like that and using rap through that. And guys, I'm sorry, Drake fans, this is my opinion. Drake is a representation, in my opinion, at least in the eyes, in the way I see it, in the eyes of people who like hip-hop like that, who are hardcore hip-hop like followers and stuff. Drake is a representation of what they feel. What they feel is wrong with hip-hop. As soon as people were saying Kendrick is winning before even replying to push-ups, I just knew that this is not the battle. It's not the battle about the dissing and what's going on the battle. Naturally, people wanted Kendrick to win the beef. For me, that's my point. It's almost particular because I don't understand how this is so political to the point that now we are discussing that Drake is not black. Literally, they were arguing that's how is Drake black. I was like, my man, no ways, but like. And now, so it's like, I'm like, now it's even confirming the point that I was trying to make. It's like, it doesn't matter how good Drake can rap. He can rap as Eminem and Jay-Z combined. He's not gonna win this one because people want a certain narrative. They have a certain agenda already that they have. I want to talk about the obvious, actually. I feel like it's the only news, really. Like, okay, there's so many things that happen. I mean, I don't know if you saw in SA we had that building collapsing in Cape Town.
Actually, I saw that. I didn't.
You didn't have to follow. Yeah, I still couldn't find out exactly the reason as to why it's collapsed on people, but it's like structure failure, engineering terms and what's not. I was like, hey man, I don't wanna do this math. Too much mathematics. I'd rather talk about Kendrick Lamar and Drake than that. The fuck.
So I wonder how much money it was.
It should be expensive because it was 5 stories. Yeah. It should be expensive because it was 5 stories. Maybe actually, because I'm gonna be talking about Kendrick Lamar and Drake. That's my biggest thing I want to talk about today, actually. Because that's what's trending. That's up there. It's the biggest news, Kendrick Lamar and Drake. But before I get to that, something funny. I'm just gonna highlight this. Maybe I don't know if we ever gonna have a conversation about it, but maybe something that I should bring up. You saw what's the current case with Mlondi Caesar, right?
No, please inform me.
The Mlondi Caesar. So there's a guy.
Yeah.
His name is Khumalo, right?
Yeah.
This guy came to propose Zuma to open a political party, right? Guys, I'm paraphrasing. This is the framework. So this JC can have a gesture of what's going on, okay? So he's the person who came to propose to Zuma, with open a political party, like let's go at it and stuff like that, right? Zuma had a conversation with the guy, and Zuma was like, okay, I think if we do this, the political party, we should name it. We should take basically what he says in his letter. I read his letter, actually. What he says in his letter is that Zuma suggested that they should take something that is a part of the ANC, right? Remember, this is a time when Zuma didn't want to leave the ANC. He wanted to almost like be in the ANC and hold a significant hold on the ANC. Because let's say for an example, we have Mlondi Caesar, which is an ANC brand, So if I take a part of it, so that that I have this much following, right? And we are seeing ourselves under the ANC as this organ, right? That was the approach. That seems to be what he was trying to do, in the hopes that the ANC is gonna backtrack on letting him go and stuff like that. That's how it feels like. Remember, Zuma, this is a time when Zuma was still saying, I support MK, but I am an ANC member vibes. Those are the vibes he was on, right? saying he supports them, but he's voting for ANC type of thing. That was him, right? So beginning, this is what he suggested, right? Guti, when we start a political party, let's take something that is a part of the ANC, right? Because he was still seeing himself as the ANC. And he told this guy, Khumalo, right, to go and register MK, right? Now, when MK get registered, by the way, it's not registered by Zuma or under Zuma. Zuma was as he said, he's a supporter of the MK. He's not a member like someone who is in the what you call the committee or something like that. Cool, right? This guy goes to another thing, very important part too. Zuma contributed in the formation of not just formation, I mean, like in the collection and, contributions in getting 700,000 and something rands to get MK registered as a political party. And they needed something around that, right? And he contributed to that. And getting signatures and all those things, having a Zuma name contributed to that, right? Yeah. Says the guy, by the way, on the letter, Khumalo, okay? Khumalo is writing this letter to the IEC, right? The voting committee in South Africa, right? Those guys. Cool. Now the party is registered under Khumalo, and, the party is gaining momentum, of course, on the back of Mr. Zuma's name. So as things were progressing, and then, obviously things started changing in the field, and Zuma is like, okay, actually, F basically the ANC, let's run with this thing. Yeah, I'm here. It's clear that he's here, He's like, okay, I'm here now, this thingy, right? Remember, the organization is registered. Khumalo is the leader of the organization, right? And other people are written as like what things in the leadership. Zuma is not even part of the leadership structures, right? At all. He's nothing. Okay, cool. Zuma is saying, yo, I'm running for the thingy. No, I'm in. Let's do this, ANC thingy. Let's forget about the ANC. I'm this now, right? Cool. Khumalo writes to the IEC, right? Remember, Khumalo is the guy who registered the party, who was the leader of the party. Writes to the IEC to say, yo, Zuma is the face now of the party. So in the ballots there, you're going to put Zuma's face when people vote. So basically, Zuma is like the leader of the party now, right? Yeah, cool. So as Zuma now changes to be like the thingy, the face of the party, right? It says the guy who's the leader of the party, Khumalo, right? They clash with Khumalo, right? So they clash, some disagreements in regards to leadership things and what's not. I'm not really as familiar. I didn't go deep into what was the clash and stuff. I'm talking about what I read, what I heard on the news, and what I read on the letter that Khumalo sent to the IEC, right? I'm talking about that. Just to be clear to people before they say, oh, you missed this. Just to be clear. Cool. Now, Khumalo then, after writing to the IEC, obviously, to change, to say Zuma is the face now, that's the guy. Khumalo says in the letter to the IEC now, right, where I didn't say Zuma is the president of the party, right? We were using him as the face of the party. I didn't mean that for Zuma, that now he's the one who's thinking the party. Because now Khumalo is trying to get his party back, now that he's having clashes with Zuma. And the IEC is like, no, my man. The person now who can have authority to change Zuma to you, it's Zuma. You wrote to us, you were the recognized leader. You came to us. Every political party go, for example, we know, like, let's say it's ANC. We know how ANC works. They go to what's Nazareth or what's not, the thingy, and they have the ANC committee there, and they choose their president, and then who usually eventually becomes the president of the country, right? But they choose their person, and then they will come and say, yo, this is our leader now, right? You, my man, you the guy that we recognize. You the leader. The leader wrote to us to tell us that they no longer the leader. This is the leader now, right? And we put this person as the face for you guys for the ballots, right? For the voting ballots. Now, you are not in a position to write and say the guy is not the leader now.
It's him now.
It's him who can write to say. My man, yo, this guy, bruh. So this guy is suing or something like this. He's trying to fight his case, and he's going to the thingy court. What do you think?
I have nothing yet.
Hey, this what?
It's tricky, man. Jeez. Yo, it's tricky.
Damn, yo, bruh. Yo, when I was reading that, I was like, Jesus. Yeah, the guy doesn't have the powers anymore.
Basically, he removed himself.
He handed his powers to someone else. Now he's trying to run back and see what powers can he still get back. Too late, my man, by the way.
Because I'm sure the things have been printed, everything is ready. Like,
No, besides that, too late. The man that you made your leader fired you on the organization.
yeah, basically removing.
Removed you on the organization. You made someone a leader. It's almost like imagine a CEO stealing your company as the owner. That's almost like that. You know? But to be fair, it's Zuma's thing. Because the guy says on the letter too, Zuma said we must do it like this. Take parts of the ANC. That's Zuma, the whole thing.
This guy's responsibility was
To register. Yeah. And also having it under his name as the person who's the leader.
and nothing can be done, man. This is the game. They say don't hate the player,
Had the game.
hate the game. He lost the game.
Yeah. He lost the game bad, dog. I was like, damn. Imagine he's trying to say in the thing, in the letter. I said he's the face, not the. He's arguing that there is nowhere in the letter where he's saying Zuma is the president of the party. Like he's arguing that no, Zuma is the face, not the president. Like, nah, nigga. It's over, man.
I guess we'll see.
You
So many
just-
things happening around this.
Yeah, this party thing, yeah, so many things. Actually, I think now what concerns me about them, is they are losing momentum. Yeah, because the fights in the leadership that they are having for me is a representation of what I think they are. I don't think they are an organization. They're just disorganized to be an organization.
I think probably we talk about it. It's like almost their party is designed to create stability.
Yeah.
In a sense. Hence
Yeah.
why it's also destabilizing.
Yeah, it's tough because it's not something that is meant to be made on purpose. It's something that is meant to be made to destabilize. Yeah, to create.
Foundation is
Yeah,
not cemented. Basically.
yeah. The foundation is on the wrong thing. Actually, if you think about it, the way even the idea that this created to take from the ANC. Do you see? Yeah, I think it's problematic in that way. You know, I thought. Mr. Tabompegi and Toho Sehwale are just, you know Toho Sehwale, right? And Tabompegi, obviously. For me, yes, there's nothing that breaks my heart like the old generation of the ANC. Like, not the ANC, the old generation of South African. They are married to the ANC. And they will not leave no matter what. They are married. They are two. It's like. There's a thing that's actually I like because I think it's something that you like to use actually, buddy. What do you like to say? Oh, trauma bondage. That's what you like to say. You like to use the terminology of trauma. I think that's what's happening between the old South African and the ANC. They have trauma bondage actually. Yeah. So it's like they are bonded because they came from the struggle together, and the ANC is a representation of their background and where they came from, their history, their essence in a way.
And it's hard to escape that, man.
Yeah, it's very hard to escape that actually. So yeah, it's tough.
Because you have people who can recognize that this is wrong now. It's messed up, but because of they're so tied to it, they don't want to remove. They only want to have the ability to just like let me try and change it to something else, because that always reminds them back to what if I do this and then I fall back into that trap of the thing that happened years ago.
And it doesn't work as I thought it. Yeah, maybe. There's one thing for it's clear. I saw these grannies actually on Instagram this other day, bruh. Like they were talking to the Uber driver. We are voting for the ANC. These kids don't know what they are doing. Tina Mandela took us out of prison. Mandela took us out of prison of being imprisoned by the white boy. Boy.
How
Yo,
sing
boy,
the same tune?
tune, bro. It's not, dog. It's not. Mandela is gone, dog. We're here now, bro. What's now, bro? What's now? You know,
People are
even
stuck in the time, man.
yeah, they're stuck in the time. Even I also saw the video of Tsogo Sehwale because now he's back. Like Tsogo Sehwale and actually and Thabo Mbeki, I'm sorry to say this, like with all respect to President Thabo Mbeki, but he's a hypocrite, bro. This is the same guy who was saying he would never campaign for the ANC. Like you remember that, if I campaign for the ANC, what do I say to the people? Yeah, that was him. What do I say to the people? People are living in bad condition. Today he's campaigning for the ANC. You again, like really?
Then again, it depends on what conditions also are happening in his life for him to be able to. Yo, I don't know, man.
Bruh, I thought for me that's just being a hypocrite, like for doing that. It's almost like you know what they're doing, so you know what is happening. You know, it's just that you still choose them despite what you know that they're doing to us. I thought that was just for me, them too. It's just a disappointment because they just came now, like all of the sudden, you know, they just came now. Oguti, how all of a sudden they are here. They are like campaigning for the ANC from Norway. You know, these guys were on the cold for so long. Boom. Yeah, so I haven't seen him in a long time until when? Is it May what now? Like May 5th, right? What's the date today? May 9th, actually. May 9th. And like now, beginning of May, boom. So on TV. Damn, this guy's still around. You know?
But let's not deal in that.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Actually, that's not the topic for today. You are right. Drake versus Kendrick. Oh, I feel like this is a big debates of the century. How many times I went back and forth with Zolani, how many messages I've exchanged with my brother TK, you know, how many messages I've had with JC, my friend, like back and forth. I want to break it down. Guys, of course, I feel like it's clear. One thing that you need to be honest about, everyone is going to defend the points of their person, right? Everyone has their own. Some people don't even defend the point of anyone, but everyone is technically expressing their own view on the issue, right? So even to say who won, because it's not like football game whereby you are clear with the goals. Okay, who scored how many goals, right? It's just because it's speech. I mean, it's
But
debate.
Of course you're right. But at the moment now it's about who's losing more in terms of not necessarily on who lost the battle.
Yeah, now it's outside of battle.
Yeah, it's
But
outside
I wanna talk about. I'm gonna get to the parts I think, but I wanna talk about like what I feel about the two artists and the battle itself, and then all the other things that are involved. Right? Okay, this is my view. Right? Okay. One, I think Kendrick Lamar is what idealistically in society he is what like in hip hop culture what people see as like a new Biggie, a new Pac. He's a representation of the essence of hip hop. This is Kendrick Lamar. I think he's a representation of the essence of hip hop, the old school, the rap, those type of guys. He's a representation of the core of hip hop, of what at least people I'm talking about people who are rap, followers that much. Yeah, who are very engaged with the culture of hip hop, right? He's a representation of them, especially because he's not just a hip-hop artist, but at least as much as he says otherwise, maybe in some parts, he portrays himself as like an activist of a guy. So in other words, I'm not gonna just, as he says in his piece, like you make music to pacify them, I make music that does what? I forgot anyway. Yeah, but that's, that does what?
I think it's electrifying.
Yes, this electrifies them. Yeah, so he says something like that, right? That's because like he make music basically to he's conscious. He's like a conscious rapper, So I'm not just gonna make music, I'm not just gonna make music J because I want to sell records or I want to party. He's what, as I'm saying, he's like a representation of what's rap. Remember that the essence of rap was people fighting the police and stuff like that and using rap through that. Like, we know the background, right? So I feel like he's a representation of that, right? Now, this is the issue, right? That doesn't necessarily sell, like, in terms of numbers compared to... Yeah, it's not necessarily... Yeah, true. Because people just want to be entertained. We know people like clubs, like
it's the culture of what's happening now.
Yeah, the culture of what's happening now, that is not, it's not like the sell, Whereas Drake is a representation. Again, guys, I'm sorry, Drake fans, this is my opinion. Drake is a representation, in my opinion, at least in the way I see it, in the eyes of people who like hip-hop like that, who are hardcore hip-hop like followers and stuff. Drake is a representation of what they feel. What they feel is wrong with hip-hop, right? So what? I mean, Drake, also, this is even in terms of their personality. I mean, Drake is a fuck boy. I mean, this guy has made... an album called the Satisfied Lover Boy. Yeah, Lover Boy. Like, Satisfied Lover Boy, right? If you listen to something like Mr. Morale and whatnot and the Big Steppers, it's not the same.
It's different views.
It's different views, you can tell. So even how they name their thing, Satisfied Lover Boy, So Drake is a representation of the nightclub music, the what vibe music and stuff. And by most standards of many people who are hardcore followers of hip-hop, right, see Drake as the problem with hip-hop. Because Drake is obviously the head and the leader of hip-hop, and you know how the old heads mostly feel about hip-hop now compared to hip-hop then, and Drake being the face of this thing, is almost like he's the face of the problem that we had. All these type of raps, all the Lily Uzis and Lily Watts, type of Lily Watts and stuff like that, is almost like Drake is their leader. You see, so that's how I feel. I feel like they see Drake as someone who's their the leader of this type of thingy, right? So, and personality-wise, I mean, Drake, at least I know, like, for me at least, I feel like Drake is just that guy. That's all the girls want him. He's more popular. Everyone, like, he's the pop star more than a hip hop artist. So it's that thing. Now, for me, again. This then gives Drake, when battling, going to the battle now, the thing that they had, with Kendrick, it gives him a back foot already, right? How? When Kendrick did the first thingy, the first diss that he had on the, what was this? Like that, right? Yeah. The one with Metro Boomin. Yeah, like that, right? Like that, right? When Kendrick Lamar made that diss, right, going at J. Cole and Drake, right? Well,
insinuating.
Yeah. Okay.
He was insinuating that he was going. I mean, clearly, everybody who listens to music knows he was talking about them. So, in a sense, he was referring to himself as in he wants to be recognized as the one who's the head.
But if you want to do that, you don't have to say fuck what we say. Because he says fuck the big three, it's just pick me. Saying fuck is like, I mean, come on, guys. Saying fuck, we all know, it's like fuck you, bro. I mean, if someone says that, it's because technically that's what he did. So that's how I feel about that. He's like fuck them. It's me. I'm bigger than these two guys. Literally, guys. There's no like this. Drake, Kendrick Lamar dissed them, bro. What else did he say? What did he say in like that? What else did he say? Because he
the name of
the person shoot. First person shoot. Yeah, he said fuck the sneak dissing, right? First person shoot. Like, literally, he was like, I'm not gonna try to sneak diss you guys and try to wrap things around. No, I'm dissing you guys. He says fuck the sneak dissing, and then mentioned the first person shooter, and then went to the fuck the big three. Like, literally, he was on them straight. He was directly on them. Wait. Yeah, musically. Yeah, that's not. But my point that I'm trying to make is that he was going directly at them, right? Cool. And then Drake replied, musically, push-ups.
Push-ups, but push-ups mentioned things that include some things as rating, as paying, as being person who gets owned by who. Because push-ups is about how every song he releases gets owned 50%. Now
but it's
what contract terms.
But it's dissing.
Musical saying, hey, fuck the big three, I'm just me.
No, you can't say fuck Besufunuti musically. But as soon as someone says fuck,
how is bringing contract?
But wait, Jesse. He was dissed. You can't tell me how I should diss you back. You said fuck me, you dissed me, and you said you didn't even go around. You said you are saying it to me. That's what Kendrick did. He said I'm saying it to these guys, right? I'm saying to you, right? We can't go around. He started this. Let's start there. He started this, so we can't protect the fact that he started this. Because you can't. He can't.
I'm just I will never say he didn't say it. He did. He did. That's clear. I'd say that because nobody would have replied if they didn't feel like what was he saying.
Even the guy who's known as the good guy, J. Cole, even had to reply because they were offended by what he did. Yeah. So it was as much as J. Cole. Well, we spoke about that story, but that's what happened, right? Yeah. Now this is a problem for me that happened, right? Drake replies with push-ups. Push-ups, obviously, remember this, by the way, when Kendrick, there's so many people that were dissing Drake, you know? Almost the industry was just against Drake. People that are close to him, actually, weirdly too, like people, it's so many, you know, we can go along as to he gave who first #1 song and what's not. There's so many things that he's done for these people, right? All of them are in this thing dissing him, right? Cool, right? They're dissing this guy. And then he replies with push-ups. Now, for me, push-ups had too much to say, right, about everyone and mostly Kendrick. For me, everyone but mostly Kendrick. As soon as people were saying Kendrick is winning before even replying to push-ups, I just knew this is not the battle. It's not the battle about the dissing and what's going on the battle. One, so going back to what I had said about the public perception of both of them, naturally, people wanted Kendrick to win the beef. For me, that's my point. My feel was people want Kendrick to win the beef. So it doesn't matter, like, what Drake can rap like Jay-Z and Eminem combined. Yes, it doesn't matter. He was never going to win. Public perception. He was never. Can rap until he cries and whatnot. To me, it felt like he was not going to win, right? Because people were, instead of comparing the dissing in terms of like that and the dissing in push-ups, people were comparing the songs, right? And like that is a better song because it's a song. It's meant for music and stuff like that. Until Kendrick came and sneak in disses on the song. Whereas Push Up is an obvious diss song. It's a diss song. It's M to diss. Yeah, it's M to reply on the thingy. So if I make a diss song and you dissed on a song that was not necessarily a diss song, but then people still say you won, even though you haven't replied to my actual diss song with your own diss song. To me, I knew the standards were, fuck this guy, we are with him. Again, as I said again, because Kendrick is a representation of what people wish and want hip-hop to be. And Drake is a representation of what people don't want about hip-hop. At least claim to not want, right? I'm talking about people who are like hip-hop people, right? Because Drake doesn't only apply into hip-hop like people. Drake makes all kinds of music that Kendrick Lamar doesn't do, right? Because he's like R&B, he makes house, Black Coffee album. He's that type of person, right? So he's that. And then he represents to them, he represents hip-hop in a back light. I mean, he makes songs with the sexy reds now, porn stars basically now. Like, you know, it's like a bad thingy for them. So it didn't matter how good he would be. He was losing already. So that was my feel in the beginning, right? Cool. And then Drake did release the AI thing, right? Again, I thought, the tailor-made. I thought AI was brilliant, but AI was not necessarily focused on as much as trying to destroy Kendrick, but this was trying to push him to do something sort of like a teaser. Yeah, it's like, yo, bruh, try me. Yeah, it's like, try me. Yeah, you started, right? Try me. Reply to what I'm saying now. You know, it was more like that, right? The tailor-made thingy to me, right? But push-ups for me was like landing, right? Cool. And then Kendrick replied with Euphoria. Okay, now, again, for me, okay, guys, for me, okay, I know other people can say whatever otherwise. I don't know if, because that's another thing, people do not want to say, like, which song of Drake are we matching with what, like, with which part of, like, Kendrick's thing, you know? Because if you think about it, if you go by, like, who said what first, Kendrick said this first and got the reply for that first. So if you're saying between like that, this, and push-ups, this, for me, push-ups by far is a better diss song, right? Because we're talking about battles now, right? So for me, I think push-ups by far, too many things, actually. I'm going to get to the nitty-gritty.
So what this, because right now, I mean, I don't know, continue. I'm in the way I'm looking at things in a different format in terms of, because this one, push-ups is a diss song.
Yeah.
It's meant to be.
Yeah, no PT song. Yeah.
The one is meant to be a song, but there's a sneak diss in there. The OAV is known as sneak diss
because it's directly and says.
It's a diss, but the
it's
majority
not.
of it's a song. So when does it actually, the thing of saying a diss start? Where now they're dissing each other? Because now there's a point where they start dissing each other back and forth, and there's a point where it started, where it wasn't necessarily.
Yeah, but then there's a thing, right? The problem to say that we cannot ignore what Kendrick started, because like they started the thing, otherwise we didn't have this. So it's very hard. So but then people are arguing between to say no, now Kendrick only started because that's but see, this was my point too. I always felt like when people say that, they're trying to run away for the fact that, okay, Kendrick said this, but damn, Drake came and slapped that too hard. So it's very hard to accept that because Kendrick said such a small thing, right? But which I always find unfair. Because people who do that, who says no, Kendrick didn't start though that dissing full track on like that. He started on Euphoria, so we shouldn't count like that. But then they still want to count the AI thingy by Drake as part of the thingy. Because the AI thing was more like, I mean, he uses other people. It's more like trolling rather than the diss track. Do you see? So it's either you name everything that is involved, or you can't name, I can't then, if I say this Drake and then I have to take out this for so.
Would not tailor-made be an extension of what he was saying in push-ups? Because I mean, it was intended to.
No, it was intended. It was to reply. Yeah. Yes. Tailor-made. Yeah, but he using Tupac. He's using Snoop Dogg. So are you counting what Snoop Dogg said as an AI? Are we counting? But although again, by the way, the things that they were saying is clearly written by Drake. He's definitely said by Drake. You can tell.
I think the problem right now with tailor-made is because it was removed in terms of who owns it. So it doesn't even feels like it should count in that way because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, true. The problem was, yeah. But we cannot ignore that it was there.
Yeah, again, because the reason also you can't ignore it is because the people he uses are also in a sense a psychological thing.
He knows. Those are his Kendrick's heroes. He uses Kendrick heroes to poke him to reply to push-ups. Yeah. You know, so I think we have to include that. We have to include in our course the thing, right? Cool. Now, for me, Drake's push-ups and the thingy, the tailor-made, and then Kendrick replies with Euphoria, right? And then after Euphoria, he replies with what? What's the other one? The 616 in LA, right? By the way, I don't know if you know now, because the numbers thing is a Drake thing, right? Yeah, to say, yeah, cool. He does that, right? All right. Now, people who support Kendrick, this is how I felt like, said, Kendrick is winning with Euphoria for the most part, but with the both disses after replying to Drake. To me, that wasn't a surprise, as much. Because I think, as I said, people wanted Kendrick to win anyway, from the beginning. So it didn't matter what Drake had to say. Hey guys, again, I'm saying to me, I need to be specific, to me. I even read usually the lyrics now of the both songs. To me, again, I'm gonna play it. I feel like, I think also this comes from the background of Drake with what you call rap battles, right? I feel like Drake writes better in terms of these songs, you know, than Kendrick, right? I felt like that. I felt like, before I even get to that part, there's something that I'm forgetting too. There's something that I'm forgetting before I get to the part when I was talking about both of them. Kendrick has albums that in hip hop will be classified, maybe 2 albums I would say, because some people say Damn was terrible, but he has albums though that will be classified as classics in hip hop. And I think actually too, I would argue too that many people disagree. I would argue too, over time, I think the Morale and Big Steppers is going to be one of the classic albums. It's going to be one of the important albums over time. I feel like that's based on how the content on the album. I feel like that. Drake, I wouldn't say Drake makes albums that will be recognized as classics in hip hop heads and stuff like that. But he makes hits music. So he makes anthems. I'll put it like that. Drake makes anthems, right? Whereas Kendrick makes what people would say are like classic music type of vibe, right? Meanwhile, Drake makes anthems that will like mark like a certain time and stuff like that. You remember when this song was pumping? He makes that type of music, I would say, you know. But then Thingy makes classic, I would say. To me, in terms of this thingy too, in terms of this, even the diss that they were having between the two, I felt like Drake, hence I'm saying for me, for example, from push-ups with Euphoria, Drake's almost has maybe let me compare it with, like, imagine someone having gold medals versus someone having like a diamond. A diamond is bigger than gold, but too many gold can overshadow a diamond, and that's how I feel. I felt like when Kendrick will have like a bar, you know, for an example, in a thingy, like a bar that, like, so for example, like that bar where he says like, is he rapping against AI and whatnot and whatnot, like something like that. This would be like, this would be like a big highlight, right? That's like a diamond for me, right? That's a big highlight. That's like, you know, big. But now the problem is, for me, Drake has too much consistency on his things. Like it's too much consistency, line for line. You can tell this person is writing from like a rap battle thingy. People who listen to rap battles actually, or watch those guys who break. I like to watch the guys who break down rap battles. Just to say this, also best thingy to check out. These guys always break down rap battles. Actually, I always watch them. I mean, because I was interested in what they have to say about Nasty C. Lost in Vegas. Check out Lost in Vegas. I mean, I think for me, they are the best breakdowns of this thing, actually. Drake has too many. Drake is witty, the way he says things. Literally, everything is hard. Drake, like, I'm gonna play one of the things. Everything, what I'm trying to say, I wanna make the point of what I'm trying to say. With push-ups, for an example, let me play. The whole time, for me, this is what makes, so it's like everything that he says is like a punch bar. He doesn't leave a bar to, like, you know, sort of build up to say things. That's what Kendrick does. For me, that's what made Drake win. When I read, like, not even listening to them, when I was reading even the thing, everything Drake says has it's like a hit. Like, I say this so that I can hit you here. It's like how battle rappers do their thing, like their setups. They have a build up to set you to say something nasty about you. Build up hit. That's for me. That's what's that. Kendrick, on the other hand, hence I said diamonds type of vibe. Kendrick, on the other hand, will say so many things that are like just whiny, like yeah. Oh, moment. You understand? Like this will happen like 4 times. You know, type of almost. Meanwhile, Drake is just for me, guys. Drake is just are just well written for me. Like just reading the actual thing. That's just well written. That's how I felt. I want to play as you had like Drake from this hits. This hits to Kendrick Lamar. I'm gonna play Kendrick Lamar Euphoria. How I had it, by the way. Okay. I thought Euphoria actually now going back. I thought Euphoria actually now going back is. I know what I had said when we had a conversation earlier. What's the name of the last song that he did? Not Like Us, right? Actually, I think Euphoria is a better diss than Not Like Us. Because in Not Like Us, he was more focused on the groove rather than the actual diss thingy. Euphoria, on the other hand, is much more grounded on. I think also in terms of how he wrote the diss in Euphoria, I think it's better than. Again, for me, from when I listen to the two, the way Drake writes things is witty. I don't know if is there even such a word, but witty, right? Yeah, it's almost like it's snappy, man. It's like it's here, man. You know, I can never be nobody number one fan. Your first number one, I had to put it in your hand. No. Like he's witty for me. Like okay, one. Again, I find it weird when people look at these tracks, leave out the music, want to talk about lyrics only at the same time. I never get that, because then if you're saying that, you might as well shut down the music and battle rap then. Because then what's the point of doing a diss track? Because we might have battle rap. You know.
Poetry.
Yeah. I understand what's... Yes.
In terms of poetry, where you look at two things. Tiwani in Zulu, I remember because I recently remember a meaning that's underlying and then the meaning that's obvious. I think in a sense here, you have a meaning that's obvious, which is Drake. I suppose you are saying he's talking and you are hearing what he's saying. And then you have a meaning of someone who Kendrick, who's got, you have to listen to it to get the meaning.
No, but no. I don't think it's the meaning part. Literally, I can hear what Kendrick is saying. It's clear. Actually, what he's saying here in Euphoria is quite clear. Like he's not. It's just that it's not. It's good, but it's not well written for diss. When you are dissing someone, maybe again, this is from battle rappers. When you are dissing someone, you are again. I mean, this is Kendrick's first rodeo in this thing. Drake has lost some and won some. He knows this thing. When you are dissing someone, the point is to land punches, right? Oh, Kendrick has good thing. This is actually even within the build up, but they are not witty. It's just like like if you continue maybe in this path, you know, I'm gonna get you. Like, you know, it's like it's not witty to hit someone. Oh, Drake is saying things that are hitting all the time. They are hitting all the time.
But then here's the thing, because I'm listening to what you are saying based on what you said in the beginning. They both make music that's very different.
Yeah.
And they sing differently.
Yeah.
So then, because right now the suggestion is that the way he's supposed to diss is the way how he's supposed to diss in making Drake's music. But that's not how his music is created.
Yeah, but then this is a diss. That's the problem then. Because this is not how Drake... That's the other thing. This is not to say then, Drake, when he writes music, he's landing punches like that. That's not the point. The point is, even if it doesn't matter, even Kendrick could have used the same style, but when he says the thing that he says, there should be landing blows as he goes. There should, like Drake land blows until he gets to how you big stepping with the size 7 mans on. It's been a blow after blow after blow after blow after blow. Like everything he said. I can never be nobody #1 fan. Your first #1, I had to put it in your hands. You guys cannot be big in America for now. I'm out here because I'm big in Japan. Like everything, like literally everything he says is that's my point. Even if Kendrick was to choose this type of style, I'm gonna go to emphasize what I'm trying to make. Let's listen to Drake when Drake makes says like raps like in the like softer tone too, right? The last one that he did. Okay, what I mean when I'm trying to say witty. Let me try to go there. The last one because the last one basically for me, Drake when he was when he made why this thing doesn't thingy? Yeah. Okay. Again, guys, this is me. Man, someone else can say something different, of course.
Man, it's okay. It's
Okay.
You're saying what you feel.
Yeah.
That's also it's allowed.
Okay. For me, by the way, again, it's the wittiness. It's like, okay, this is how I say it. I feel like also it's not on how he writes the things, it's how he says them. Because Drake can say even something that is not hard, but he can write something that is not hard. But how he says it is so witty, like you feel it's like Drake is in the battle, right? Yo, the only time I felt the battle in Kendrick, as I said, is the last song. The last one I was like, oh, I even told you, like, damn, killed it. I killed it. The last one, not like us. Oh my man, yo, bro, you could tell he was in the mood. He's almost bro. You can try me, dog. You know, he was in the mood. Okay, that's the only time, the whole time. I'm partying the Grahams. Oh, bad reviews. The word is again not just me. Even by the standards of all the Grahams is the worst of them all. It's a diss prayer, bro. That's what's the Grahams for me is the most terrible ever. Again, why? It's because Kendrick is like. JC, buddy, I think maybe you can watch Lost in Vegas or something whenever you want to. So, because these guys, they're the ones who always break things. I always follow them, not just now because of this thing. I trust them. I was concerned what they're gonna say too between the two, right? Because they're focused on what is being said. It's like, okay, JC, at least from what I learned from watching these guys, right? It's like, if let's say JC, I want to say something disrespectful about you, right? You must find a smart way to say it so that it lands, right? Like the way it lands to you. I remember how the Lost in Vegas the other time were so happy about the South African guy, another hip hop artist from Zanzi. This guy has Zulu too in his thingy. Touchline, you know Touchline? Touchline is a South African guy, yeah? He uses Zulu too. I was always concerned how the guys are gonna react to Touchline, right? And they were so happy about Touchline and how he was talking about like how he used like sexual talk in his line. So Touchline, instead of saying, yo, you know how hip hop artists would say like, yo, I fuck your mom and whatnot, and it's like, nah, like, oh, I fuck your girl. No, Touchline said, yo, like you're with your girl, but her body is vibrating and I'm the one dialing. That's slick talk in terms of the hip hop thing. And that was the problem with the Grahams. You know, the Graham was the worst. Like I think Kendrick knew. That's why he had to drop the other one. The Graham was the worst. Bad written. It's like he is like, yo, he's a pedophile. Yo, LeBron James, hide your, like, bro, I don't know what's happening there. I have no idea. The Graham is the most pathetic, bad written diss track. Because it's not smart. It's not the things that he says are dissing. Let me not even, before people think, the things that he says, of course, they're dissing. And of course, they're disrespectful. Of course, it seems like he meant to make it to sound like that, to be like that, to be disrespectful. Yeah, he made it to be like that, you know. but it's not landing for like the thing, the tussle they're having. And he knew, I swear, the idea that he dropped Not Like Us after that, I don't think it was a mistake move. He dropped, this is my feel. I feel like he dropped the Grahams to stop because if he didn't drop the Grahams after Family Matters and maybe waited a day, it was gonna be too late. The Family Matters was gonna.
Didn't he do the same thing when he dropped Euphoria? Because he did back-to-back things.
No, but I'm going to say Euphoria, they didn't did back-to-back because Drake already had 2 on him. That's why he dropped after and dropped after. Remember, Drake already had it too.
It would have been the same thing as well.
What?
He's dropping back-to-back because he dropped back-to-back the first time. So
Nah, I don't think so. But okay. Maybe that's a view. That's a view. Yeah. That's a view. That's a good view you can have. But the arrangement, I don't know. But maybe you can say that. But it felt like though from me again that could be true. Uguti he dropped 2, expected that Drake would drop 2 again and stuff like that. Maybe that could be true. True. You can say that, right? To me, it felt like because of the reception is received, Ikrahams. By the way, I'm saying the reception because the reception was bad. Of Ikrahams, right? He's received a bad reception, not just by Drake or what's not, by his like fans, like it was disrespectful, but then it was not matching up to Family Matters. Family Matters was killing everything, right? And I think though he had to drop the Grahams. To be fair, I think for me, if someone says Kendrick won, the only thing that he won with for me was how he dropped his songs. I think that he won by that. Because Family Matters was too much. It was, if he left Family Matters for a day or 2, it was gonna be too late to follow that. It was, the battle was gonna be gone for him. So he was very smart to drop the Grahams, to get people to be distracted, cloud Family Matters, and then as you cloud it, as much as people are criticizing, even your fans are saying, in terms of the Grahams, then give them the thing. I think that was a smart move. For me, that's what he won in terms of the diss. That's what he won. The chess play of how to drop the thing. Yeah. I think that's what he won. Rather than the actual dissing. For me, the actual thingy is the wittiness, man. Drake was witty. And actually another thing that I started realizing after reading the lyrics, because I was so mad at things, I stopped music. I was like, let me read what they're saying. It's the wittiness in Drake. Again, I think also this answers something that I thought about. This is why Drake is like the superstar and what's not. He's witty in how he says this thing. Let's listen to how he's thingy. This is not as dissing as all the other ones that he had, like push-ups, but it's witty how he writes it and says it. For me, again, this is the hard part 6, right? Okay. Okay. Okay.
First I was a rat, so where's the proof of the trial then? Where's the paperwork of the cabinet is filed in? 1090 tape would've took all the walls down. The streets would've had me hiding out in a small town. My Montreal connects stand up, not far down. The ones that you get and get stories from, they all clowns.
I get Drake writes better. I cannot argue this. Guys, he's witty. Guys, I'm sorry, I cannot argue this. Drake just writes back. It's like the connection between the lines. Like, buddy, you are a writer. You can even hear the rhymes, the connections between the lines. Like,
it's a poem. You write a poem, and then obviously the lines at the end are connecting
for me, he does that better than Kendrick. For me, he just does it too better than Kendrick. For me, that's when you even listen to them, it's like.
But I think again, as you said in the beginning, it's how you favor which music you are favoring. Because in a sense, your ear is much more flavored to what you are hearing for what Drake is doing compared to what other people will hear in their ear where they're listening to Kendrick. I mean, like I said, me, as much as I'm a fan of Kendrick, I listen to music.
Yeah, I know.
Obviously, I'm a fan in terms of I like hearing what he says better than what I would like to hearing what Drake is saying. I can tell obviously one is more entertaining.
True.
They get more to them.
True.
But the other one, as you said,
it's much more like
leading you to try and
true.
whatever history is trying to tell.
Yeah.
So it's different ideas, and of course, whatever Drake is saying is going to tune more better. In terms
because that's what he does. I understand what you mean now when you were saying that. Actually, it doesn't matter. And just continue for a few. So for me, I think, and I think again, because of how in tune Drake is with battle thingy. I don't know if you know his background in terms of the battle artist and stuff like that. So I can see the time here too. For me, and I think I even can hear from the choices that he makes when he writes his thesis compared to the choices that Kendrick makes, right? So, for example, when you watch the things that I'm talking about, I'm not talking about just any reaction and stuff. I'm talking about the guys who like always judge the things, like they go break down lines, line for line and stuff. One of the things they complained about Kendrick Lamar, he has too many like filler words almost, like where you like taking too long to get to the person or to the, it's like this. You can tell, Gucci, okay, this one knows this thing because the way he writes these things, it's almost like he's writing for this type of thing. Whereas with Kendrick, it's almost like he's still writing for this, but at the same time, it's like his own thing. Another thing, sorry to say this, I'm forgetting. By the way, another thing that I think by Zesu Kendrick on the Grahams is because of the space he's in. I don't know why Kendrick started the diss thingy, because Kendrick is in a good space. He's in therapy, apparently. He's living a different life and you could tell from, because the Grahams people were saying, I'm a therapy buzz, right? Because of the space that he's in his dissing and what's not. The last part that I want to talk about maybe after the bell, just to wrap this, okay? Now, I see the diss, right? Again, for me, based on the diss songs themselves, I think Drake won the diss, I think, for me, right? The worst and one of the biggest reasons I even back Drake even more is because of the American media. It was clear from the beginning that obviously especially, let me just put, black Americans are with Drake, right? Not Drake, Kendrick. Black Americans, for the most part, like what they would call black media, in US, they have black media and what's not, right? Like the hip-hop thingy, American thingy, was with Kendrick. That was obvious. And I think this is for the reasons I mentioned in the beginning. Literally, there's nothing else. It's clear to me. They want Drake out of there, bro. They want him out of there. Like, everyone, even, like it's so weird. Like, you can hear how, in tone, in how they talk about both of them. Everything about Kendrick was perfect. Oh, amazing. Everything was perfect. Everything he said doesn't matter. My man, the things they're saying about Drake even getting into, my man, they politicize it, basically. But and again, the politicizing of the thing, you could tell this is, again, remember me and you were asking, so weird that everyone can just diss one man. You remember when it started, it's like, what the fuck, why would they do that? Yeah, it was strange that they're all dissing one person. And then now, the position of the media, it's almost like those things when the media in America doesn't want you type of vibe. How they come at you. All the big hip-hop media platforms are with Kendrick all in all. Everyone is backing Kendrick and everyone is saying Kendrick won and stuff like that. And I found it strange given how much these people generally disagree with each other. It's almost they're so aligned, you can tell the agenda they're pushing. One, you can hear to how they speak, right? I mean, we could stick on this and talk about the songs themselves, right? Charlamagne, for example, calling Drake like a half-brother, right? Okay, if Drake the half-brother, then J. Cole, because they don't, you understand, I mean, J. Cole too is the same as Drake. It's mixed, like, isn't like, all of a sudden, like, that half-brother, but when they ask him, so J. Cole, they do not want to call J. Cole the same thing, And then they change, Drake is a half-brother, Drake is a Canadian rapper. Yeah, for me, this is why I was like, okay, I'm with Drake now, I'm Team Drake for sure. Because I could tell the narrative that they're coming with, right? They're pushing him away from the culture. Something is going on. I feel like there's another layer that we are not being told. That is clearly going on the business thing that we had. Maybe there's some things that we don't really get. Because clearly, the media, bro, the way the media is going at him, especially the black media, the hip-hop media and stuff, it's almost particular because I don't understand how this is so political to the point that now we are discussing that Drake is not black. Literally, they were arguing how is Drake black. I was like, my man, no ways. But like, And now, so it's like, oh, hands. I'm like, now it's even confirming the point that I was trying to make. It's like, it doesn't matter how good Drake can rap. He can rap as Eminem and Jay-Z combined. He's not gonna win this one because people want a certain narrative. They have a certain agenda already that they have, right? I want to play something, actually. I hope you to play. This is the last thing I want to play. And I was so disappointed that this guy, his name is Ebro. Many people will know Ebro, actually. This video is going to be part of the thing that we are recording right now because I've sent it to Thingy. I've sent it to Smoo. The editor is going to edit it in. This is Ebro.
Regional specific sounding record.
Yeah, it's something Drake just can't do.
That's lies.
It's something he can't do.
Gotcha.
But hold on, Eddie. That is Kendrick's indictment of Drake in this whole time. Is that you
don't have an identity, you don't have a sound, you don't have a home base, you don't have a region where you can collect the sound, you can cultivate a sound, you can collaborate with a sound and present it to the world.
And furthermore, you're black and you're not even in touch with what black people are really sensitive about, you don't stand for, which is why you brought up the slave shit.
Right.
Or when I talked about the Pac shit, I was like, yo, why you playing with Pac, bro? You're not from that. Like I said that earlier, I was like, yo, that could be problematic for you, bro. Like, don't play with Pac like that. Now you playing with the slave shit?
That was a lot.
My man, just because he said, you rapping like you trying to free the slave, as we said, that's Kendrick's thing. That's a good thing to say to someone who raps like Kendrick.